What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Doc here, and welcome to Hobby Talk. Another great episode here. This individual, I can definitely say, not only I met personally, but even vouch for me publicly. You definitely a real one. Not only that, a family oriented guy. Um, I've seen what you do in front of the camera, not only behind the camera, man. I want to welcome one of my guys here. I am Sasquatch, but we're gonna go by Sasquatch. How about that?
How's it going, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How things been for you, like?
Good. Been hitting up a bunch of shows. I haven't been able to do that in a while, so tired from that, but it's been really rewarding and getting to see the tribe and getting to see cards and athletes and
Yes.
just living life to the fullest right now.
Now, one thing I can definitely say, I've been I've been wanting to get with you, even in Atlanta. We haven't been able to like make it happen like we want to,
Yeah.
but I want to, first of all, I want to get to who you are. Let the people know who you are, a little bit about yourself, and yo, where the name come from?
Okay, so I'll start off with I'm director of digital product at Regal Cinema headquarters here in Knoxville.
Yes, sir.
I'm also director of marketing for Best Card Shop based out of Plainfield, Indiana.
Mm.
Listen, I can't come on a show like this and not line up hustles to the guy who like kills the hustles. I do content creation for at I Saw Sasquatch. That's where I go to have a creative release and grow my community and hobby as I've known it since I've been a part of the hobby since I was about 5 years old. Where the name come from?
Yeah.
Man, I've changed my name. I've been on social media for cards since like 2008. I changed my name 3 different
Okay.
times, different just intersections of my life. But when I got this name 4 years ago, at the time I started off with a business partner who is now my bookkeeper. Whatever. He's no longer a part of it. But when we were coming
Mm-hmm.
together, he was like pitching names, and so many of them sounded like I respect the hell out of your name because it's different, it's memorable, right? And
Right.
you go to these card shows and see like home run collectibles or dugout or it's cool because it does drill into the niche that we're in. But I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
go more a route of something that could be branded, a name that was different,
Yeah.
memorable. It's weird. It just came to
No,
me like
I definitely think it is memorable because when I first came across, I'm like, yo, hold on,
yeah,
it's it's the mystique.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love the mystique. On top of that, like the logo itself, like you got the walk going on, and just the name and the brand and how it just spreads out like that.
Dude, that came to me in a dream. So the name came to me in a dream. The logo
Oh
as you see
wow.
it today came to me in a dream. Um, I literally hand did that logo and worked with a company, graphic designer in Denver, Colorado, who like took my drawing and put it into. So even the foot, if you look closely, kind of like FedEx has the arrow and some of these other hidden symbols. So the foot itself has 2 creases that make an S.
I love that. I love that. It's almost like you got some hidden secrets within the logo, like hidden meanings. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
yeah,
and not only that, it's just valid to the eye if you actually notice.
yeah.
Now, one thing I can say about you, you travel, you travel. I once again, I think there's the show. I believe it was the show in Indianapolis, if I'm not mistaken, where I came across. Now, the show was a great show. The Midwest show up. I love the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest.
Yeah, yeah.
How is collecting in the Midwest? And that type of vibes.
Oh, I know we were talking about a little bit at that show. So it's about 2 years ago.
Mm.
There's one year I did 26 different states. I had my kids week on, week off, and when I didn't have them, I went to somewhere else. And
Wow.
I learned a lot that year as a vendor and trying different markets. There's something super special. I call it the Bermuda Triangle. If you go to like Louisville, Cincinnati, through Columbus, Indianapolis, this triangle here, I'm a little biased. You're from the Midwest. I'm from the Midwest. I spent most of my life in Indianapolis. But I think when you look at the socioeconomic um, there's a lot of socioeconomic traits that lean into what I'm saying. There's a really good balance of blue collar, white collar. There's huge fan bases in this area, and like their cost of living is lower, so their margins are also generally like more reasonable. Versus
Mm-hmm.
if you go to, I see the Rizzo hat. Shout out to Rizzo Sports. Like if we go down to L.A. or we go to New York, their costs are this much bigger. The cost of living is that much bigger. Their margins are crazy. They're a lot tighter. I don't know. I just think it's a, from my personal experience in that Bermuda Triangle,
Yeah.
it's just a way more approachable, lighthearted fan base. Lots of entrepreneurs, lots of smart collectors in that area. It's just pleasant. I don't know.
No, I love you, man. That's my first time hearing that Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
That's different. A lot of people don't know. If you know about the Bermuda Triangle, if you know, you know. But
That's
I
where
ain't gonna
card
lie.
collectors get lost.
I'm a conspiracy theorist at times and things of that nature as well. But that's on the deep end, man. So
Oh, we gotta, yeah, we can follow up on that one later.
yeah. So all right. So far as you being a father, family man, that there screams out to me because there's been a few times where I know you have like we would try to meet up, whether if it could have been trade night, maybe Cards HQ, anything of that nature, and family comes first. Hey, I got a rain check. This is what I got going on.
Yeah.
Can you get into a little bit of how you're blending that world together,
Yeah.
collectibles and just family?
Yeah. I'm always trying to find, I'm trying to find things that my sons and I can connect with. I grew up, my dad wasn't in the picture, had all older sisters. So I want to give them a very different experience than I had growing up. You know, shout out to single parents out there. But it was hard, and she did her best, and like we were all kind of just like independent. you know,
Yeah.
it's no surprise I ended up the way I did in a lot of ways. Just really independent at a young age. But for them, I do want to have like, I'm trying to create core memories all the time. I'm trying to like meet
Okay.
them where they're at. So I'm coaching. I'm coaching all the sports that they're in, all their activities they're in. I try to find stuff that we can watch. You know, like be it movies or sports, and just trying to find constant opportunities for us to connect versus being one of these parents that just throws an iPad in front of their kid, and they're gonna look back and remember that. And my kids have like great social skills because of it. I talk to them like real men, and we get down. We don't let. I mean, we're about to go on spring break at the end of the week, and I'm telling people like what we're doing. I'm like, what? We're like going to Indy, Chicago, Lansing, Grand Rapids, Detroit. Like we're getting after it in a week. And we'll have a good time. I love hanging out with my kids. I love creating these core memories with them. And the card community, though it's changing on a regular basis, there's still enough like wholesome outlets and great people to put them in front of that I'm going to do it on a regular basis.
Well said, brother. Well said. I don't have kids yet, but I'm hoping one day that I'm able to, share the same things that my father shared with me, which was sports cards and like sports cards, the same sports cards that he gave me as a kid, and the ones that I kept and collected, ended up getting me out of a situation years ago and put me in a better situation in my life. So it's like for me, something that I learned as a kid, I didn't realize that it will help me down the line. So when you talk about the core values that they also learn, and whether it's on the
Yeah.
financial, whether if it's knowing how to negotiate, and then also you being a parent and parenting, like like that it's on a different level. Sometimes I do see, we have kids where they just throw them out to the wild,
Yeah.
just throw them out to the wild. But for you, you're active, so within the trust. Now, I hope a lot of men could definitely learn from that. So going into your collection, and what are you collecting? What do you collect these days? What is there a certain sport? Is there something just odd that you got? For me, it
I,
might be like video games.
I think
Um,
I think
yeah. So
the
what's for
most
you?
odd thing I have, we still got to sync up on. I got a bunch of Delta trading cards.
Yes, sir.
We're just a bunch of grown men asking other grown men like, hey friend, do you have any of the cards? Uh, I wish I had my phone out at one point because I was traveling to the Philly show this last weekend and there's one pilot who had a holster on the side, bro,
Oh,
like the old cell phone cartridges that you like
yeah.
our parents would wear out their belts. He had one. It just had like boom 737. There you go. I was
Wow.
dying. No, dude, we collect everything. Like literally. Whatever. I'm not gonna get up. But to the left
No,
of
feel
me,
free. Put me on game, man. If
no,
you got
no,
some
no.
items,
This is
yeah,
like
man. I'm definitely open to it, man. If you want to show me some things,
no. I'm
bro.
trying to move some stuff.
Okay.
throughout the house. But like, do we collect sport, non-sport, all sports?
I
Um,
love it. The
I got Jackie.
Funko.
I'm getting into Funkos. I got Jackie Robinson collection.
The Funkos are nice. I like the Funkos. Depend and they have so many different variations of what people want.
Yeah,
The
I got
lunchbox. Wow. Okay. Now you're going old school on me. I remember
dude,
my old WWF, which is now E, but like my old WWF lunch pail.
bro, I'm talking about Jackie action figures.
Come on, man, you taking me back,
But
bro.
I got stuff from the YouTube PC and sporting events we've gone to, and just dude, everything graded, not graded. I'm getting away more, getting back more into non-graded. Yeah, I think that hustle. I've seen it. I've been a part of that, the wave and the throttling, and it's. I'm going back to raw. Going back to raw dogging it and putting it in mags, and that looks good too.
Hey man, I love it, man. I love it. It's see, a lot of my cars I have more raw stuff than graded stuff. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be honest with you, more raw than graded. I would love to have a collection to have all kind of graded stuff, but hopefully I get to that point.
Yeah.
But for you and the stuff that you have, I see you collect all type of stuff. Where are you coming across these items? Are you going? It's mostly is it car shows? Are you going through the internet? Are you sourcing through friends? How
Uh,
is your collecting process go? All right. So do you have cars for sale? Well, guess what? You can co-sign your collection with Pristine Auction. I know, right? For a limited time, Hobby Talk fans, Hobby Talk fans, for a limited time. Listen to this. You get to pay no commission for 90 days and as well earn up to 110% on high value cards. I know, right? Lower payouts, well, you can say quicker payouts and lower fees. Win win. Now, look, you can email sales@pristineauction.com and make sure to mention Hobby Talk. And to my buyers, make sure to utilize the code Hobby Talk to get $25 off your first purchase.
well, we try to support a lot of car shops coast to coast. So whenever we go somewhere, like we're going to do this massive road trip, I don't know. I estimate we're probably going to hit up 10 shops, and I can't go into a shop and not buy something from a shop. Uh,
Mm.
I definitely think like I try to be a good steward for the industry, and I feel like kind of rude if I don't go and try to break bread at a shop or like try to give them some publicity or something to that effect. So I get a lot of stuff from shops or shows. Um, eBay got kind of wild the moment they started implementing taxes. But the moment they started implementing taxes, I was like, yeah, this doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah, what is it now? Because I don't want to get off subject, but what is it like over 600? You got to report or something like
Yeah,
that.
dude. It's
Some over $600.
and I
It's
don't know, it kind of feels like double taxation too. But that's a whole other political conversation for another day.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know. So it's easier to transact at shows, right? You get that relationship face to face, which is huge. Most of the time, people are coming below comps, getting rid of taxes. I mean, it's kind of one of the beautiful things about the gentleman's agreement and handshake we have in this industry. We've had for 150 years. Um, Man, I prefer to trade. If I have to pull out cash, great. But
Yeah.
like digital and 100% plus tax or worse, like gross. No thanks.
Nah, no lie, man. It kind of hurts when you have to like kind of report, and what I want to say this maybe I started maybe like what 2 years ago now. It's been like
Mm-hmm.
what 2 years? Two no three, maybe three. So for me, it's like it's kind of interesting where this hobby is going. Now that you say that, right? When you look at where the hobby is going now, we could talk about a lot, right?
We
From the
could,
break
yeah.
in it's been wild. It's been wild on the breaking in to, the product, people not being satisfied with product, and just it's all over the place. Just remember at one time, yo, you just enjoyed what you got. Like there's some cards back in the day that I got that where the team name wasn't on the jersey. And I also asked people, do you support the team? Are you supporting the player? What are you collecting when you collect these cards? Are you just looking for value? What do you see when you look into collectibles? It's the eye of the beholder. So is it like for you, is it PC? You looking to flip? Is it certain items that that you have to get? How is it for you when it comes to that? You know?
I have a good mix of all of it. I
Mm-hmm.
wish I was better at not being high on my own supply, but
Yeah.
I like hoarding stuff and picking stuff up. And I mean, I have to organize this after our call. Like my whole kitchen table right now is just supplies and stacks of cards that I got to sort through. No, but I mean, I like flipping, but I don't know. I'd still say I'm probably 70-80% more of a collector than a flipper, but I do like picking some things up. Like, oh, I could buy this in West Virginia. This Braves player that I know will sell better in Atlanta. I go down to Atlanta once every other month. Like, it's all right.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you on that too. I'm more of a collector than a flipper. If I got to flip something, it's definitely because I'm in a need of maybe some money or something like that. Could
Yeah.
have been anything that could have happened in the family. So you never know. For you, I want to go back into a little bit of the traveling now. Traveling wise, what shows are you interested that are coming up? It's it's a few big shows. I know you also support smaller ones as well. So, are there anything that you're looking forward to that you may even have coming up, or it could be your first time? Anything of that nature.
Um, I did just come back from my first Philly show, and that was coming off the weekend of my first
Yeah.
Charlotte show, and both of those were outstanding. The Philly show might be I don't know, I'm gonna put that in the top three show in the country. That thing was perfect for its size. Um, I don't know. At this point, I like to do Dallas maybe like once every year and a half. It's the same people, same vendors, same like it's weird. I feel like it's like Groundhog's Day every time I go back there, and they do it so often.
You say
Uh,
Groundhog. Great
uh,
movie, by the way.
I speak the truth. Let's see. Oh yeah, Chicago Sports Spectacular. I'm going to go to this Sunday.
I
Um,
heard about that one.
Yep. So that's always a pretty good one. So that's where they host the National at the Rosemont Convention Center. It looks like the National, just a little bit smaller, but they use the exact same space and everything. You see a lot of the same vendors, so it's kind of that's good. And then I got baseball season for like 2.5 months, so it's hard for me to get out on the weekends for the kids. So let's see, the summer. Gosh, there's my staples. The Midwest
Yeah.
Monster will have to happen.
Mm-hmm. Me as well.
Um, let's see here. Where's that? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. See the Midwest Monster. I know I'm going to go to Fanatics Fest this year. I'm going to go to the National.
Yep.
Oh, the Nashville show in July. No lie, hand of God, the best show for so many different economic reasons. It's the best show every year anywhere in the country. The National is cool and different in its own right, but I'm saying if you're going to buy, sell, or trade, all three of those things are a perfect storm at the July Nashville show. I'll tell you why. It's like perfectly placed going into the National or now even Fanatics Fest. People are like right before the National, they're trying to like invest in the people that they think are going to pop off in the NFL season. Right, they're about 2 months out. It's kind of that sweet spot. The 2 months
Mm.
out, starting to speculate. You're in the middle of baseball season. Um, gosh, people are trying to refresh the inventory, buy a ton of inventory for the National. That like month and a half, 2 months show right before the National itself. I think every time I've set up, it's the best for buying, selling, and trading.
Mm.
So I don't know. Those are probably the four that I have more predominantly in my mind. But there's also like there's a twice a month in Atlanta on Sundays. But like I might squeak one of those in here and there. Knoxville really doesn't have a big card scene. Um,
Mm.
it's not my news to introduce, but there's going to be a big show that's coming sometime in the ballpark of September to Knoxville for the first time ever. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. What are you coming? I mean, I know you're in Canada. I got to get to Canada with you sometime. Like my passport is current. Let's go.
Yes, Canada is. Whew, it's a great breath of fresh air,
Yeah,
to be honest with you. Because you have the Sports Car Expo, which is in Toronto, but they also do Montreal. You also got the Van City Car Show, which is in Vancouver.
yeah,
Whole completely other side of the country. But if you go back to the Toronto area, Mississauga, I'm learning these areas as well. You got CSC that's doing their thing. So I love the experience. I definitely think if you're looking to buy, especially when you have an American dollar on you. It's so much better. Um, Especially if you're looking to probably flip. There's a few content creators that I do see come to them shows as well. So I think for you, you definitely should come up. I'm gonna mention I'm gonna mention you to CSC. We definitely need more content creators to come out, my brother.
Let's go. I
Yes,
love
yes.
Canada.
Like I wanna ask, two more questions before we end this thing. One is I see you got the tops on, top shirt, rip night, rip night. What's going on with that? How was it for you? And tops in general. Are you definitely satisfied with what, how they kind of try to, I guess, elevate the hobby, for example?
Um, I think Rip Night is excellent balance to what Tops is doing in the hobby.
Yes, I
It's,
agree.
it's good balance. I like to go up there because in indie they do it right. I like to see these collaborations against shops. I was with Indie Card Exchange the day he bought that shop, Andy Albert, and then one of my best friends from high school, Nick from Best Card Shop. They get together. They like their stores are too big and successful. What a problem to have, and they always find some like neutral site and they do it together. So it's cool to be able to support like two people I care most about on this planet. And this year we had Jarris Walker for the Indianapolis Pacers. He came out, so it's always cool to have like a local person that the people care about, and uh, it's fun. It was so much fun. They do such a good job up there. It just gets bigger and better every time. Yeah, but a huge turnout. It's phenomenal. The new location I think we're going to use again in September. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
tops. I don't know, man. Loaded question about what Tops is doing in the hobby, just because with the antitrust case going on, like it's such a moving target. If they're doing
Mm-hmm.
their best to innovate, they're doing their best to listen. It's funny. The irony is they're trying to out Panini, and then Panini sued them for it. It's crazy. They try to out Panini, but they're also like trying to elevate in a way that Panini never tried because they got complacent. They have the contracts and they're like, we don't got to do nothing. They kind of went into autopilot. So
Yeah.
there's good and bad to it. I think they're kind of building a dangerous monopoly, but at the same time, like they're also trying to elevate and make it bigger into pop culture and get more eyes on it, get more people involved. Um, so there's balance, and they're figuring it out. They've been around for what 2.5, 3 years, the new regime. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to give them grace. I know they're figuring it out, and when they fail, like last year's Fanatics Fest, shout out to Tops, lost leader of the year, lost like $14 million, but what a cool lesson, and a lot of people were happy to be there. They're going to learn from that if they want to stay in business. So they'll learn from these things and they'll make it bigger and better, and they'll just keep iterating. And I hope they continue to do that.
Hey, I love it, man. You broke it down, and definitely gave your thoughts and your opinion. I definitely asked because I always have a good time at the rip night. So I even had my mom come out one night and
Oh,
had a great time. So yeah, like I definitely enjoy it.
I got
And
I
like I
got to meet
told,
mom.
yeah, man. Mom's like I love mom. Shout out to her. She looking at this. I'm pretty sure she probably gonna be looking.
Hi,
Love
mom.
mom. Yeah, man. What up, moms, man? Good peoples right there. Now, I know I told you I had two questions. That was one part of
Yeah.
it. Just getting into the tops and things of that nature. But to end it off with this one, where can the people find you? Where the people can find you, and what you doing on social media, man? Let the people know.
You can find me posting mediocre content at I Saw Sasquatch. There for Instagram. That's really the only social platform I post to. I don't have a ton of hours in the day to throw at this, but when I have free time, I throw it at this. So you can find me on Instagram. Uh, Shout me out, plug me in if there's a show that you think I can't miss. I got to go to. I like to go to different. I've been to all 50 states, but not to a card show in all 50 states. So happy to broaden my horizons, meet new people, get into a new community, and if I can help out in any way with corporations, individuals, whatever, man, I'm here to consult and just have a good time and grow this hobby. And I don't know, man,
Love it.
just patty positive over here.
Love it, my brother. Well said from my guy. I saw Sasquatch, but I'm just gonna go by Sasquatch. We're gonna keep it plain and simple, my brother. I
All right.
appreciate you being
You too.
on. Um, Positive reflection on just not only on you, your brand, but also family as well. And knowing that your kids are looking up to you in many ways. So, kudos to you and
Thank you.
what you have going. And make sure y'all tune in to my guy and what he doing on social media. He keeps it real, love content. And make sure you tune in to what my guys at Pristine Auction is doing weekly. Y'all know what's going on. It's your boy the Doc, and this been Hobby Talk. All right, everyone. That's it for this week episode. Make sure to continue to tune in to Hobby Talk. Also to utilize that code Hobby Talk to get $25 off your first purchase. And I appreciate Sasquatch. I saw Sasquatch for hopping in and getting it in with this interview. It's your boy the Doc. Let's go.